Sa mga nagsasabi na scam na ang Canada, think about it. Why would you say that a country is scam? First of all, I think scamming someone means you are being lied to and then you were promised something or, someone lure you into something and then akala mo ay maganda, perfect, or whatever expectation you have and then it turns out na hindi pala ganun. So this person na ng scam is aware na in-scam ka. That's my interpretation of that word scam. But a country, I don't think will scam you, especially Canada. And if there's anybody na nang scam sa inyo ay yung sarili lang ninyo or the other people na may false promises sa inyo. Kasi masasabi mo na scam or nang scam ang isang country or like immigration, IRCC in this case, is dahil hindi mo na-met yung expectation mo. And those expectations, in my opinion, came from other sources outside of the IRCC na may mga unrealistic na promises or you've seen someone showing something or saying something na hindi naman talaga totoong pangyayari dito, or if totoo is it only applies to them, not for everyone. It's not realistic at all. And if you are here in Canada right now, I think we will all agree na sa pagsisimula talaga natin, it's hard. Even kami, nung nagsimula kami dito, it's so hard kasi magkakaroon ka talaga ng mga maling desisyon. Ang kaibahan lang is yung iba na naghirap or nagkaroon ng mga struggle nung bago pa dito, nung nag-i-establish pa lang, is wala silang problema sa status. Okay lang mag-struggle dito, magkaroon ka ng dalawang trabaho, mag-paycheck to paycheck, or anumang maling desisyon na magawa mo, and then after a few years, maka-learn ka doon because, we learn from our experience talaga. But if ang kasama doon is wala kang status or mawalan ka ng status, I think that's where people are coming from na nagiging scam ang Canada. Dahil sa international student program study visa dito sa Canada, na everyone has this expectation na they will come here and become a PR. They will come here easy as long as you have money and then become PR. For me, easy talaga yung tawag kasi kapag ka walang mga delay, mga lag, mga backlog sa applications, mga 3 months, makakuha ka na ng study visa. Kasi yung iba na nag-apply as worker dito or permanent resident, hindi ganun ka-easy eh. So I think people were thinking na this is an easy way to come to Canada. Now, don't get me wrong kasi marami naman talagang naging PR dito from international student. Yung iba nga is madali silang na PR. Kasi for me, those people has plans already in place. Yung before pa sila pumunta ng Canada, alam na nila yung pathway nila na for sure talaga meron silang couple of plans. Plan A, B, or maybe Plan C. Ang IRCC kasi or ini-immigration ng isang bansa is meron silang commitment na kailangan nilang i-maintain ang integrity ng immigration process or the whole immigration itself. So that's why kapag ka makita nila na things are not going well, na it's not up to the standard anymore, they have to do something. And that's to be expected sa gobyerno, na they will not let themselves see what's going on, na naging chaos na or whatever's going on na hindi na maganda, and they will not do anything about that. It is to be expected. Now, this inflation, yung mga nagmahala na mga bilihin dito, hindi lang sa Canada, I think it's kind of all over the world. Based on what I see people tell in the internet na in their countries, nagmahal din yung mga bilihin. And this has been going on, I would say, at least 2 years already. So if you came here less than 2 years ago, I think alam mo na nagmahalan talaga yung prices. And things like this, yung mga inflation, kahit na hindi mo siya in-expect or hindi mo alam, pagdating mo, you have to get along with it. Like, wala kang magagawa dun. And hindi mo pwede ma-blame na scam ang isang bansa dahil nagtaasan yung mga presyo, nagtaasan yung renta. Kasi kahit saan ka siguro pupunta, nagmahala na talaga ang mga presyo. And you cannot blame that to a country kasi first of all, as I said, wala tayong magagawa dun. So if you say na ang isang bansa ay ng scam dahil suddenly meron silang policy changes happen all the time, not just now. This has been happening, like even kahit saan ka pupunta, there's always going to be policy changes. Kahit na hindi bansa, kahit na mga establishment, mga businesses, kahit saan ka pupunta, they always reserve the right to change something in their policies or their rules. And if you get into something like nag-apply ka dito as international student and you think you are going to be a permanent resident, it's on you to have these plans. And if you are aware na mahirap maging PR pagka ganito yung kinuha mo, dito ka sa city na to, dito ka sa school na to, so I think you already know na maliit talaga yung chance mo na maging PR dito. Lalo na pag dumating yung time na may policy change. So slim na yung chance mo maging PR before before you came here because you just took the chance na makapunta ng Canada. They call it like suntok sa buwan, I think. And then, pagdating mo dito, after studying my policy change and napasok ka, so your chance to be a permanent resident is magiging way slimmer talaga than what you expected before you came here. And if you have studied here in Canada, you have more chances na mag-abroad din kahit na makauwi ka ng Pilipinas because you already gain your credential from Canada. Meron ka ng certificate na nakagraduate ka dito sa Canada. So for me, it will be a big help to establish your career somewhere else, like some other countries like, I don't know, Australia or United Kingdom or United States. So kahit na makauwi ka, it's not the end of the world, diba? Maybe Canada is not for you, but other Western countries are. So that means if you ever go home dahil hindi ka nakakuha ng status dito, it's not the end of the world and it doesn't mean you failed. Because really, you got a certificate from Canada. I wouldn't consider that as failure but as a success. Dahil nakatapos ka naman, diba? Unless kung pagdating mo dito in a month is nag-surrender ka kasi hindi mo matake yung mga struggle dito and then umuwi ka. And alam naman natin na napakalaki ang gastos para magpunta dito as international students and then you just raise your white flag and went home kasi hindi mo kaya. Which is, for me, if talagang depressed ka and you think that you will die here thinking about whatever struggle you have, yung talagang depressed ka and you really want to go home, I think that's the best decision as well kasi health comes first. Kung anong mangyari sa'yo dito, wala na. May success ka pa ba na hihintayin? Wala na. So it all ends there. So I think if you did that, you've made the right decision. So my advice for our kababayans na out there in the Philippines or other countries na wanting to come here as international students, lalo na kapag dala mo ang buong pamilya mo, you have to do your due diligence. If someone tells you something, especially yung mga consultants or whoever na may magandang promises or may mga magandang sinasabi na, oh, huwag ka mag-alala kasi ganyan-ganyan. You have to do your own research. You have to verify yung mga sinasabi, if totoo ba, if realistic ba talaga. You can watch vlogs if you can, but hindi rin guarantee na yung mga nasa vlog na nakikita mo is that's the real situation or it can apply to you. Because kahit na nasa Canada din sila, wherever province they live, it makes a huge difference. So if they are like for example in Saskatchewan and you will land in BC or Ontario, there's a huge difference, especially, you know, cost of living, ganyan. So you really have to do your own research and if may kakilala ka na you think magsasabi sa'yo ng totoo, yung whatever is really going on here, whatever really is the life here, na alam nila kung diyan ka pupunta is ganito, ganyan, you can ask them. It's better to have opinions or information from different sources para magiging well-informed ka talaga and you will base your decision on that. Now, everyone who came to Canada has different experiences even though international student siya and then ganito yung kinuha niya, like all the same lang sa'yo. It doesn't mean na pagdating mo dito is ganun din yung mangyayari sa'yo, ganun din yung magiging experience mo. Dahil everyone's experiences will always be unique. Especially, we make different decisions every day. Our everyday decisions will shape our future as we know it. Even the tiny decisions that we do every day or we make every day has impact on our future. So that's why it doesn't mean that this vlogger has this kind of life in this same province, same school, same city, is ganun din yung mangyayari sa'yo. I would say na in order to avoid na you will have this belief na you were scammed is to lower your expectation and really dig in and have plans. And one thing I can tell you that if you notice that Canada has getting expensive these days and you notice that, it's up to you to lower your lifestyle because it's your sole responsibility na nagiging aware ka na but you didn't do something. That's on you. Like if you know that papunta ka na sa living paycheck to paycheck, you have to lower your lifestyle para ma-avoid rin natin na mag-claim na na-scam tayo dahil our expectations weren't met. That's all for today's video, guys, and I hope to hear your thoughts and feedback in the comments down below, whatever you think about this video. And please don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you again on my next one.